Hey guys, so one last video before I head off to work tomorrow morning. Um, I'm just making this tonight because I really don't know what my hours are. I'm playing my first week by ear. I'm not even sure if I have the weekend off. So, uh, I'm starting to grow tired of the Blue Lives Matter community, which is seemingly becoming less and less of an awareness movement for the hardships of an occupation such as blue police officers and more as unbridled bootlicking of government employees. So this kind of centers around the latest cop debacle where a ununiformed an off-duty Los Angeles police officer got into an altercation with a 13-year-old kid, which ended up in a discharge of a weapon said to be accidental. Nobody's hurt beyond probably some minor scuffs. So as I understand the story, a group of teenagers were walking down a sidewalk. A girl went into this off-duty officer's yard. Who knows if it was intentional to piss the guy off? Who knows if she didn't even think about, I'm stepping on someone's property. Anyways, allegedly, the officer basically told her, get off my yard, you cunt. And of course, the kid that would soon get in a little grappling match with the cop, of course, he white knighted for the girl. And this turned into him approaching the 13-year-old, grabbing him by the backpack and hoodie, and he pulled out his firearm and right above this kid's back, because he's hunched over like this, discharged the weapon, and I guess it was accidental, but still, that's a fucking loaded firearm. So the popular Blue Lives Matter and right-wing narrative is that, oh, well, he was threatening to shoot the kid. Well, I've seen the video, and this doesn't appear to be the case. He apparently, and it really sounds more like, I'm going to sue you, not shoot you, for hitting me, basically. Now, one of those kids did push the off-duty police officer, but I'm not really sure that warrants holding a kid and shooting a gun above his back. Now, this is kind of a grander scale of an issue. It's not necessarily this one case. There's been this precedent for so long, and I think it started with the Trayvon Martin shooting. There's now a group that defends these vigilantes, quote unquote, and these police officers every time they do something questionable. The cops can never be wrong. My main question to these types of people are, when can a cop be wrong? And I said this way back during the Alton Sterling and Philando Castile shootings back in probably early July, mid-July maybe. They acknowledge, they possess the intelligence required to know that there are good and bad apples in every occupation, but they obviously don't possess the knowledge or intelligence in order to come up with solutions on how to treat these people who have abused their authority or who have kind of gone on a power trip or conduct themselves in a disorderly way. What types of punishments. They don't want to think about that. They just want to think about their narrative about how the kid obviously has to be in the wrong. I am ultimately disgusted with, the Philando Castile shooting, with the Tamir Rice shooting. These things are unjustified. I mean, one guy reached into his pocket and got shot. The other kid was just being a kid and got shot. I'd hate to play the SJW card, but you damn well know that if a white kid was running around a park with a BB gun and being a dick, probably would have gotten hauled off to juvie instead of being shot and killed. These groups always start off as something, we need to raise awareness to issues. And it always transforms into something as, uh, disorderly black guy apologetics, police officer apologetics, this or that apologetics. And that's exactly what the Blue Lives Matter movement has turned into, is police apologists. Let me lick your grimy fucking jackboot. Maybe I'll score some brownie points. Yeah, okay, they're good officers. But obviously this guy is a questionable officer at most. And I really dislike the idea of these movements now because, in a way, it's kind of making it publicly acceptable for cops to act and kind of paranoid or asshole-like ways. And don't get me wrong, I mean, you have places like Cop Block on the other side of the spectrum that want to fuck on cops every opportunity they get to. So no one takes that one seriously, and now people aren't really taking Blue Lives Matter that seriously anymore. It's just basically now giving the officer the green light to do whatever he wants, go on an administrative leave, and come back in a month and doing desk duty until he can go back on the streets in his nice little patrol car with his car mate. So this Blue Lives Matter movement, it really needs to be brought into question. These people need to be challenged more. Okay, your little podunk town has some great police officers. That doesn't mean every police officer is a good police officer. That's about it. Until next time.